So, what did we learn in this chapter? All right, so we dived deep into the world of commercial and investment property. And believe me, it's quite the universe on its own. But don't fret, let's simplify and revisit the essentials. First off, remember those characteristics that make real estate unique. We've got risk. Sometimes it's like playing a safer card game, sometimes not so much. Then there's liquidity. It's like trying to sell a giant teddy bear at a carnival. It might take a bit longer. And leverage. Think of it like using a friend's money to get bigger teddy bear, hoping to win even bigger prizes later. We touched on types of investment properties, from land that's just sitting there, like a blank canvas, to sky-reaching office buildings and cozy residential spaces. Oh, and let's not forget those mega malls where we often lose track of time and money. And hey, have you ever been to a building that's got both a cafe and apartments? Yup, that's a mixed-use building for you. Now, on to ownership. We talked about fee simple and leasehold. Imagine owning a chocolate bar. That's fee simple. Now imagine just having it for a while and then giving it back. That's kind of like leasehold. All right, let's get a bit technical but in a fun way. We explored property analysis and some fancy terms like net operating income and before-tax cash flow. Think of these as the steps in baking. Each has its role in making the perfect investment pie. Have you ever heard of the term cap rate? Well, it's a bit like judging how spicy a dish is before tasting it. It helps investors gauge if a property is hot or not. Now, the world of leases. There are several types, but let's keep it simple. A gross lease? That's like renting a bike and just enjoying the ride. A net lease is like renting a bike, but also chipping in for some air in the tires. And the percentage lease? Imagine if you had to share a bit of your ice cream every time you had a particularly large scoop. Oh, and those lease clauses we went through are like the terms and conditions of a game. They guide how things roll out. Lastly, remember that real estate investors are like detectives. They use clues or metrics to find out which property is the golden ticket, promising the best returns. In the end, the world of commercial and investor property is like a board game. There are rules, strategies, and sometimes a bit of luck. But with the right knowledge, like what we've learned, you're sure to play it right. That's a wrap for this chapter. Stay tuned for more adventures in real estate.